When I made my last video, I was under no illusion that it would be controversial. In fact, I even joked about waves of Thunderfoot sycophants unsubscribing from me. I knew that people would disagree with me, and disagree with me they did. But I have to say I was slightly disturbed by the manner in which a disconcerting number of people went about disagreeing with me. I mean, there were several different ways. One way was to try and actually analyze what he said and show that it is somehow a direct threat to Thunderfoot, rather than, you know, a more, I mean, obviously it is a sort of threat, but it's not the sort of serious, I'm gonna come kill you if you don't shut up thing that a lot of people seem to take it as being. And Thunderfoot seems to be suggesting that it is. And then there were people who were basically like, you're wrong, it's a threat, as if simply, you know, stating that you hold the opposite opinion actually proves that you are correct. I don't exactly understand that. I mean, you're wrong isn't an argument, or stating the opposite opinion isn't an argument. Then there were people who resorted to essentially character assassination, and Ollie this, Ollie that, he's an asshole. I don't really care. I mean, when I first encountered him under the name Humble Orthodox, before he even was a Muslim, let's just say that I thought the title was ironic at best, but I haven't had that much encounters with him since then. I don't really care, because I don't think that character assassination is really all that, you know, all that powerful of an argument to begin with. But then there were another group of people, the ones that I really have a problem with, who basically said, well, of course it's a threat, of course only Muslim people are innocent. He's a Muslim, therefore he believes X, Y, and Z. And all I can think of is the kind, loving, wonderful people, numerous people that I've met, who also happen to be deeply religious, who aren't fanatics or crazy or anything like that, and think, what in the hell is your people's problem? I mean, I've never had any problem with any Muslim person I have ever met in real life. Not a single one. I've never thought any of them were dangerous or held this irrational hatred of me as a kafar or any of that shit. I give them the same benefit of the doubt as a person that I would give a Christian. I've met countless Christians. Some of them are narrow-minded bigots. Lots of them are not. I can't understand how, I mean, I assume that most people in the Western world at least have family members or associate with people who are religious, and understand that you can't simply categorize who they are as a person in what they truly believe by reading a text. You're not regarding them as an individual. You cannot reduce people to simple labels. And so my perspective was to try and understand where Ali is coming from as a person. Now, his beliefs are tied up into that to some degree, but until you can show me that this is what Ali actually believes, that Ali actually believes that only Muslim people are innocent, or Ali only actually believes X, Y, or Z, then to be honest, shove it up your ass, because you're just making these ridiculous generalizations. And I find it ironic, because people who claim to champion Enlightenment values about banishing superstition have created a sort of Muslim, this phantom that stalks them, the Muslim, oh no. You know, these people have created phantom enemies, which they are now attacking in the name of the Enlightenment and banishing superstition. And the irony is simply lost on these people. And, you know, really, if you think that you can reduce somebody to a label, let me say this in no uncertain terms, you are the problem. We're never going to come to an understanding of each other in this world and have peace if we divide ourselves up like this. You can't really function in a world where people disagree with you if you're not even going to you know, take into account their personhood and treat them as a person, and instead just label them. Every single person who has basically created all the worst atrocities throughout history, be it the gas chambers, September 11th, the purges in the communist countries. All these people thought that the people that they were, victimizing were not truly people. That they could just label them as, they're just Jews, just pull the chain on the gas chamber. Now, obviously, I'm not accusing anyone out there of being on the level of an SS officer in a gas chamber, but dehumanizing somebody and reducing them to a label is a necessary step in that process. You also need other ideologies and historical circumstances and that stuff. But maybe you, I, all of us, are not as far away from evil as we like to think that we are, and not quite on the side of righteousness all the time. This idea that you can simply say, well, of course he believes this, he's a Muslim. I mean, this... You have to actually consider a person for who they are and not simply think that you can sum them up to a label. A lot of people were also expecting me to come out harder and play this game of social social condemnation because of what Ali did. Now, certainly I think that what he did was completely wrong, but I can also understand what he did and why he did it. Now, I can also understand and why somebody would kill somebody else in the heat of passion. Doesn't mean that I don't think that they should go to jail for that crime. I'm still not saying that what he did wasn't wrong, because it is wrong. That's not the point. The point is that understanding has a corrosive effect on condemnation. So yeah, I simply can't, reach the level of wanting to play that game with people. So I didn't crash down harder, and all these people are like, you're standing up for him, and he did this, he did that. We're all playing games here on YouTube. This is all a game, alright? Posturing is a game, criticism is a game, let's get real, that's a game, pretending to be above the fray, or social condemnation. These are all games that we're playing here on YouTube. I understand that, and I play the game, and I make strategic moves in that game. Nonetheless, we shouldn't forget that it's a game. It's fine to tear apart people's personas like Venom Fang X, but if you forget that you're actually dealing with a person and just go, well, he's a Muslim, again, I've already stated what I'm going to say. My problem with that is, but really, all the people who are like, well, he's a Muslim, no, okay, you cannot understand somebody that easily. And it's not enlightened, and so if you want to champion the Enlightenment, you might have to go beyond creating these phantoms to fight.